Hey everybody. Nice to see. Wait a second. Hey everybody. No, it's a bit jovial, isn't it? Yeah. Hey everybody. Welcome to me. I'm not entirely sure what we're gonna do here. Woo! Alright, boom. So, my name is Beno, and I'm going to be waffling into this camera a couple of times a day. I would love it if those who disagree, please disagree with me in a respectful manner. I'm open to get into some serious discussions. And first and foremost, I wanna make sure I draw some lines in the sand so that you know whether or not this video is for you. I'm not gonna be talking about no 5G being some conspiracy for the government and that's the reason why we're actually being locked down. That coronavirus is actually just a result of 5G messing with the things in your body. No, none of that is happening. Anyone I've seen spreading that, I've been blocking them. 5G innuendo, block. Fact. I am not an expert in anything other than myself, in anything other than my personal experience, my self-awareness. I'm looking directly at the experience of myself, holding it up as a mirror to everything that I see happening around me. And once I make those comparisons, then I'm going to be making those points. I might be saying them as though they are fact, but please, unless I clearly state it is a fact, unless I can provide you with the source directly, it is my opinion. Maybe me parroting the opinion of somebody else. I am not here to lie to you guys. Now that we've got all the boring stuff out of the way, let's get into it. Fear is this divisive, intense, ridiculous, overbearing, unnecessary, chilling, sobering, humbling thing that we all face from time to time. Almost everyone, worldwide, wherever you are, you definitely felt a rush of fear. On TV, for example, I remember when the bombings were going on in Ankara a couple years back, and I felt pretty gaslit because I didn't see the visceral reaction people had on Facebook for whenever anything happened in any kind of metropolitan hub kind of thing. You know what I mean? There's always these like reactions and pray for this place and things like that. Turkey got hit 3 times in the span of a couple weeks. And I was like, wow, why isn't more attention being paid to this? Now we're finding ourselves in a situation where instead of looking at something and saying, why isn't more attention being paid to this? Do people think this is not real? And our president is standing there. And he's looking at all of us. He's calling all of us to do something bigger than ourselves, to be more than who we are to ourselves. So fear wants to push you into making the kind of decisions you will never be able to recover from. Ever again. Fear. I'm gonna look up fear right now. An unpleasant emotion caused by the threat of danger, pain, or harm. To be afraid of someone or something as likely to be dangerous, painful, or harmful. Fear is very obvious. Fear is very easy to get wrapped up in for no reason. Fear is easy to give in to. It's easy to look at fear and to feel as though fear is actually got your best interest at heart. I have a very intense relationship with fear. There are so many things, places, situations that would have ended in completely different ways had I not had so much fear. Sometimes having some conscious and smart fear has allowed me to avoid physical harm, emotional harm, mental harm in situations that would otherwise destroy me. And in other scenarios, fear has stopped me being able to see the extents of my own potential. It's making me look back at some of the choices that I made in my life, and I wonder if maybe I hadn't been governed by fear. For example, fear is one of the reasons why I haven't done this before and just speak and put my voice out there into the world for fear of being rejected, ridiculed, misunderstood. And I can't help but feel as though the only fear I am allowed to have, the fear of losing the momentum within my heart, the passion that I have for my country, the fear of losing myself within this scenario. I have no problems being alone. 21-day lockdown does not sound that bad to me, but I understand that there are many people who are not in my situation, who do not have the privilege that I have to sit and speak to a camera instead of trying to figure out a situation on how are you going to survive for 21 days. I only want to speak on my own fear. I don't want to speak on the fear of anybody else. But what I can say for my own fear, is that I've given it the way to engage with me. Because one of my biggest problems with fear before was that I just kind of felt overwhelmed. It would just kind of hit me out of nowhere and for no reason, and nothing made sense in those moments. And I didn't have to make any sense of those moments. I had super privilege on my side and succumbing to the same fear over and over again because in no sense of truly understanding what it means to take control. Now that I've given my fear a personality, when I feel my fear, I am able to reach out and connect with my fear. Why are you here now? What message are you sending to me? What are you preparing me for? That is important because there's only so much of you that I need. There's only so much fear that I need in order to survive. I don't need the amount of fear every time I look out into the world, to social media, to the news, that is being imprinted upon me. It seems as though the world wants to think the worst first. Because truthfully, a big chunk of this world is stupid people. Those stupid people have quite a bit of control. And that's kind of scary. So I can see why the fear is as it is, but medical professionals that you might not know about. The people, the GPs, the everyday people here in South Africa that are having to see all these different patients and send in these tests every single day. It is the existence of them, it is the existence of people like my mother that give me the confidence to speak to my fear and to say, I see you, I understand why you are here, but my country is filled with resilient, powerful, smart people. I'm not gonna lie, there's also a whole bunch of stupid people in the country, but it's really exciting to know that the smart ones are there and that they're being vocal, clear, setting standards, raising the bar day after day with their platforms just to make this make sense. Fear is going to be the loudest voice in your head. You have a voice too. You also have a say in how you feel, what you do next, how you respond. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think there are gonna be some changes to this country that are gonna be beautiful, horrendous, if we continue to communicate, especially when we have this time to sit, breathe, and pause and understand one another and truly have conversations with one another from the safety of our homes. People have different ways of dealing with fear. Let's challenge each other's fear and let's understand each other's fear and let's embrace each other's fear. We can truthfully have our eyes on the victory. I don't know how to sign off from these things, so I'm not going to.